In this module, you will explore the basic Server Manager interface and gain an understanding of how it is used to configure a number of global settings, as well as to perform system maintenance tasks. You can launch Server Manager by clicking on the icon on the right-hand side of the header bar containing the name of the server and selecting Server Manager from the list that appears, or by selecting it from the Server menu option, or by simply double-clicking on the server name. We'll begin by looking at the sidebar of the Server Manager. Here you will find three navigation buttons: Server, Printers, and Users. On the right is the Property Inspector. Clicking on the Server button opens the appropriate options on the Property Inspector to provide you access to system maintenance settings for the server that you launched Server Manager from. Click on the Printers button and the Property Inspector will allow you to add and configure printers, create workflows, and select media for printers connected to the specific server you selected. The workflow settings you configure in Server Manager are saved as server workflows that can be applied when you import a job. Finally, clicking on the Users button will allow you to add users and assign them privileges to allow access to specific areas of the software, again for the selected server. Let's turn our attention back to the Server pane options. The Server tabs contain settings related to various organizational tasks for your Fiery server. Server Info and Configuration displays the IP address and software versions for the selected Fiery server. Under the General Settings section, you can select the number of Adobe PostScript 3 and PDF print engines that you wish to run on your server. The Adobe PostScript engine can be used to process both PostScript files and PDF files, while the PDF engine is used to process only PDF files. You can change the output speed of your server by changing the number of Adobe PostScript 3 engines and Adobe PDF print engines, which enables FieryXF to process multiple PostScript and PDF jobs simultaneously. Normally, jobs are processed one after another by one single computer processing core. FieryXF will limit the maximum number of available instances based on your system number of cores and the amount of RAM. Decreasing the number of available engines concentrates the processing power of your computer into fewer engines, improving the speed of the processing of individual files. The next option will have your server use the Pantone or the Pantone Plus color definitions when processing Pantone spot colors. Enable Update Notification will allow your server, if it has internet access, to regularly check and see if there is an update available for Fiery Command Workstation, and if there is, display a notification. Next is an option to use EFI Fast RIP when processing PDF files. Fast RIP stands for Fiery Accelerated System Technology. Fast RIP processes PDF files up to 7 times faster than the Adobe PDF print engine. This option should always be selected unless you have been instructed by EFI support to deselect it for purposes of troubleshooting. Your system will use either 1 or 2 Fast RIP instances. You will have one Fast RIP instance available when you have 16 gigabytes of RAM installed on your server computer, and 2 instances when 32 gigabytes or more of RAM are installed. Enabling JDF allows your server to forward information returned from newer EFI printers to your EFI MIS system in order to monitor ink and media usage, processing, and printing times. The Preview Resolution setting defines the resolution of the preview that you see for any job opened in the job editor. Selecting a higher resolution will provide you with a better preview, but will result in longer spooling times, while selecting a lower resolution will result in quick spooling times, but a lower resolution preview. Job processing time is not affected by changing the resolution, only the spooling. Also, the performance of preview loading in Job Editor will be dramatically faster if you work on large nestings with many jobs and set the preview resolution to low rather than high. The Resources section displays the number of processing threads available on the computer that Fiery Server is installed on, along with the amount of available hard drive space and computer memory available. The final option allows you to reset the unique ID number that Fiery Server adds to the file name of RTL files that are generated for many EFI printers. On the Backup and Restore tab, you can create a system backup that will include the items that you select. This feature backs up your FireXF server only and not the operating system or any additional programs installed on that computer. When you click on the Backup button, the backup file will be saved at the location specified in the Backup Location window, and another copy of the file will be automatically saved to the backup subfolder in the server folder. If you select the Restore option, any available backups that have been created for that specific server will be displayed in this window. You can also click on the Choose button and navigate to the location of backup files that are not listed. After clicking on the Restore button, you will be prompted to restart the FireXF server to apply the backup file. If you click on the Reset button, you will undo the application of the backup file. Remember that any workflows, users, and printer setups that were created after your selected backup file was created will be lost after you restart the server. The Maintenance tab enables you to delete output, preview, temporary, and other files created during job processing. This feature can be used to free up hard drive space and also to delete corrupt files that may be preventing your server from processing files. Server File Paths moves profiles and program files from their default install location to a different location. Selecting a different location for profiles, such as a common network share, can be useful when you are managing multiple Fiery servers. Selecting a different location, especially for jobs, output, temporary, and JDF files, is useful when you have multiple hard drives available on your system. This can help to improve the speed of file processing. If you have a Fiery Pro server, the drives have already been configured for you and should likely not be modified. The File Uploader is used to upload color management files from your desktop or an external data storage device and automatically place them in the correct program folder. Selecting the Standard Radio button allows you to select and upload ICC reference profiles, spot color tables, color optimization, visual correction, and visual plate compensation files. Use the Media Profiles option to upload an ICC media profile in the upper window, along with its corresponding printer calibration.epl file. Finally, on the License and Contract pane, you will see displayed a list of the software options that are licensed to the selected server, the status of your software maintenance and support agreement, as well as a Manage button, which, if clicked, will launch your default browser and take you directly to the page used to activate and deactivate licenses. This is the same page that you would see if you click the Manage Licenses link located on Fiery Server Control. This completes this module.